What's up, NIO investors and moneymakers? Welcome back to your favorite NIO channel. NIO did pretty good today. 1.75% up. Nasdaq was up 0.9%. Dow Jones was up 0.6%. For the most part, NIO traded in the green zone. Take a look. Yesterday, we were closed at $10.83. Today, we did go to slightly below the yesterday's close, but we went to $11.13, which is once again a pretty good sign in my opinion. Take a look. We have higher highs for the rest of the day, and we are going pretty close, about $11. Now, tomorrow is the earning. If you didn't already know what to expect, you might have questions around Q2 2023 earning and what you should expect, because based on the analysis and the financials, we see that for the scheduled earning on Tuesday, which is tomorrow on 29th of August, we are seeing expected EPS negative 2.96 that you see here, and expected volume is expected revenue rather is $9.14 billion. Now, it's already known that the deliveries are the NIO is behind on the deliveries, and $1,000,000 question tomorrow is going to be what the company is doing in order to meet their own targets. Remember, they gave us the target that they want to double the deliveries than what they had last year. They're working on it. They're reducing the price point. There are some concerns around what is going to happen when they reduce the price point. That is going to reduce the profitability and margins, as well, as you already know. Their EPS was beaten in Q1 2023. They missed the revenue by 8% in 2023. Q1, as you already know. Before that, the miss, and they beat the revenue a couple of times. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. So in terms of the revenue, we know that last time we saw, once again in September, all the quarterly financials are available. You can take a look. So I'm not going to go in more details, but I want to mention one more thing. For the first half of the year in 2023, NIO delivered 54,561 vehicles year over year. Now think about, it's up 7.35%. Now, if you think about what they did last time, is pretty much right here. So this is 2023 is yellow and the green is last year. And they ramped up pretty quickly in terms of the deliveries in Q3 and Q4. That will be the similar story for this year, at least I hope for. Remember to hit the like button for NIO. If you are following NIO, if you're NIO enthusiastic, hit the like button. We need 200 likes on this video. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, motivate me. I'll make sure, I promise you, I'll share more and more information about NIO. So if you really want me to do the videos, do make sure that at least I have 200 likes on this video and more than 1,500 or maybe 2,000 views on this video as well. So in the first half, once again, because I do a ton of research, this is my way to give back to the community. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a certified professional, but I do a ton of research and I like to share and give back to the community, and this is my way to do that. So let's go back and take a look what to expect. Now, the shares of, let's take a look. Shares of this electric vehicle have retreated over the past 30 days, falling about 8%. S&P was up 3%. Now, you know that in general, EV market or EV segment was struggling. Tesla reduced the price. Tesla shrunk the margin, right? Like in the profitability. Tesla wanted to make sure that they want to sell more and more vehicles. That's why they came up with more affordable vehicles compared to Tesla X. So all that said, NIO was in the premium category out of Chinese company. So it adds up into the mix, right? Chinese companies have struggled right now, and China is making sure that they're in line with the global economy as well. Again, NIO stock is up 11% year to date, so that's not all bad news. Take a look year to date, we are up about 14.43%. So when the article was written, it was 11%. I assume 6 months, 24% or close to 25%. Not bad, right? 1 month, we are down 30%. Is this an opportunity to buy? Probably yes, but we need to see what the earning is going to look like, what the company is going to advise us and give us the guidance for. The stock is still down a year over year, 40-ish%. I agree with that. One of the many questions that the management must answer is when the companies report the second quarter earning before the opening bell Tuesday. So if you didn't already know, I wanted to really quickly tell you when they're going to show up with the earning report. That's before the market opens up tomorrow. So practically, between tomorrow before the market opens and today, there will be a lot of much needed attention in NIO. You may hear a ton on Twitter, on YouTube, on many other platforms, including stock tweets. Now, the company is going to announce this conference call and they're earning 8 a.m. US Eastern Standard Time. So buckle up. Watch out for the earning 8 a.m. That will decide, that will give the direction to the stock price tomorrow pre-market. Remember, and then during the day, we'll see the sentiment based upon what the earning is going to look like, what the guidance is going to look like as well. It might not be an easy answer, but part of the reason being, despite of substantial growth in the company, deliveries in June NIO still remains far from the $250,000 delivery target for 2023. Remember, I told you that they were looking for 250,000 deliveries. Right now, they have done close to, let's say, 55,000, right? NIO management previously mentioned that the company's goal is to double deliveries from the last year's delivery of 122 and almost 500 unit, right? So 122 times 2 is 245,000 deliveries. So 250,000 deliveries NIO wants to do. The figure really is mean NIO will need to deliver an average about 32,000 vehicles month over month, every single month, the second half, to meet that goal. The company is very hopeful, and I do believe that they're going to hit about over 20,000 deliveries month over month. There are a lot of news around what NIO will do in August. There are possibilities that NIO will sell close to 25,000 vehicles, maybe 23,000 vehicles. So we'll see what happens, because in next couple of days, we're going to hear what NIO did in August. August will be closed on at the end of this month, and usually NIO takes 2 to 3 business days before they share how many deliveries were done in the previous month. So watch out for that. Stay tuned. Now, if you haven't still subscribed, I really want you to subscribe. At the least, I ask you to hit the like button. I know many of my viewers are not subscribers. They're not hitting the like button. But if you're part of the NIO Army, NIO team, do me a favor. Do yourself a favor and hit the like button. NIO delivery rebounded in June, helped the start of the deliveries in several new models and so on and so forth. They reduced the price, all of the above, and which means that the electric maker must accelerate to ramp up, not only to meet the expectations for Q2, but also meet the annual target. More important than that, in response to Tesla's price cuts. So Tesla is Big Daddy. They are guiding the market, and they want to really shrink. Now, they were all the companies, not only Tesla, they had all the supply chain management issue, then they had the chips issue, then they came out with like, oh, there is a rebate, right? Tax rebate, at least in the United States. So they still reduced the price point, and now there's cutting edge competition in EV makers, and they cut down the price even more. NIO implemented its own price reduction. They have to meet the market, guys. So that's why they're reducing the price. They are pretty good. And again, German companies did not really still get any hold on non-gasoline vehicles, right? And all these Chinese companies, I do believe that they have more advantage because it's software driven. China knows how to do the software. Second thing, hardware driven. China knows how to drive the hardware, right? Basically, how to drive the manufacturing of the hardware and how to sell. Third one is the language and also the customer service. So China is at an advantage. United States is at an advantage. Of course, Tesla is number 1, but NIO is in top 3, top 5 companies, EV companies worldwide. So again, price reduction might negatively impact the revenue. We talked about that already. Based on the previous revenue metrics, investors are questioning whether NIO can meet the EPS expectations despite missing out the revenue estimates, given the company is now operating at the low gross margin. But there are still several reasons to be optimistic, and which is why I am optimistic. I'll tell you what the price point that you need to look out for, because that is going to be a big support. You want to look out for that support. If they go below the support, you need to find out another support, because there are 2 things you need to watch out for. One is the support, which is going to give the base price for any stock, not NIO, that will sustain that price point and won't let the stock fall below. If it falls, you'll have to find out another support. And second thing is resistance. Now, once the stock starts going up, it'll hit a ceiling, and it might be a psychological ceiling, it might be an RSI based ceiling, RSI relative strength index, it might be a moving average ceiling. So you want to look out for ceiling, and if it bursts, if it goes about, the stock will burst. So you need to watch out for that as well, right? China, growing factor, growing region, which recently ranked the second fastest growing EV company. So there are really, really great news about NIO, nearly doubling the 2022 with 87% year-over-year growth. China alone for close of 60% EV sales volume for NIO. However, question is whether there will be significant demand to meet much needed production ramp, because remember, the company has been producing more vehicles than they could sell. Now the biggest reason was the price point. They acknowledge that the price point is the factor, which is why they're not selling more vehicles. They've worked on it. They reduce the price point. We'll see what happens tomorrow. The companies can the company on Tuesday can make a strong case for the value by delivering top and bottom line beat, which means they're going to say like, this is what we are going to do at the least, no matter what, and this is our top ceiling that we can hit and we can deliver, along with the strong delivery guidance for the next quarter and the full year. So based on the tone, based on the sentiment, the stock will move. With all that said, I wanted to also note that NIO has begun to ramping up its delivery in July, when they delivered 20,462 vehicles. To be sure, the total accounts that for 91% of the growth, and it is the context for the full year delivery of 250,000 deliveries that they are looking forward to. During the quarter, margin declined by 5.1%. I'll share more details as to what the exact numbers are going to be, but now you know what you need to look out for. I quickly want to touch upon a couple of more things. Number one, you want to make sure 8 a.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time, you want to really know. Many people are looking to buy, but there is a price point that you need to consider for. Let's take a look what happened today. 41 million is the volume compared to the average volume of 966 million, give or take. So the volume was a little bit lower, but the price was higher. The stock went up. So it's again a good sign. After hours, we are seeing 0.5% up, about $11.08, which is again a good sign in my opinion. We did better than yesterday's volume or day before yesterday. So today's volume is almost double, not double, but close to double than what we have seen. 54 million is double, quite honestly. But August 24th, we went into high 20s. Yesterday, we went to low 31s, right? And today, we are above 40 million. So the volume looks pretty good. We made another higher price point today. Take a look again right here, 1064, 1083. So one more high and another one high, $11.02. That looks pretty promising. Now, let's take a look at what the options are telling us. Let me go ahead and refresh so we can get the latest data. Remember, here is the volume, here's the open interest. As the open interest goes up and as the volume grows with a higher price point for call options, call it a bullish signal. Once again, for put option, if you see as the price goes up, if the interest goes higher, volume goes higher, you call it a bearish signal. Right? Now, again, I don't have a crystal ball, you don't either, but we are all doing analysis here. The blue background suggests that they're in the money. So this is the call, in the money. Anything below $11, as you see right here, anything above $11.50, you see that puts are in the money. But take a look right here, 18,000 volume, very good. Compared to 12,000 right here, volume goes up. I like it, $11.50. Open interest goes higher. Open interest goes even higher at $12. So I would not be surprised if NIO can hit $12 in near future. Now, these options, by the way, these contracts are expiring on September 1st. All right, so take a look, and then we are going down. We'll see some updates here later on, but the good thing to note here is the puts are not going slow either. We are seeing pretty good interest for put option, $12, $12.50, but then it dries down. So all in all, it's mixed bag, but it's more towards green zone. So it all depends upon what the company is going to give us in terms of the guidance tomorrow during the earning, what the tone is going to look like, what the sentiment is going to look like, what the investors are talking about, and overall what company delivers in terms of number one, revenue, number two, EPS, number three, guidance. So look out for that. Now let's take a look at this technical chart. I love technical charts, and as you already know, we have done one here. RSI 43, I like it. It's not an overbought or not an oversold condition. Really like it. But take a look right here. The moving average almost is meeting the real-time price point, which is different than what we have seen last week, which is again a good signal. But I'm not trying to say that we're going to hit $12 or $13 just based on this signal. We'll have to see definitely what the earning looks like, what the tone looks like, what people are getting out of it, so on and so forth. We had seen some mixed signal right here, but remember that we are looking for $9.56 as our base price point. If it starts going below, before that we want to see $10.32. I told you yesterday, which is again a pretty good support. So as long as it hit right here, it went up again. It tried to $10.32. It did not really go below, and that's a similar story. But once it went below $10.32 or 35 cents right here, which is almost right here, I don't see on my chart, it goes down to about $9 and change. I already told you $9.32. With that, I wanted to also mention that, so look out for that $9.63 if it starts going below. Before that, you want to watch out for $10.32. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Oh, by the way, one more thing. The short sellers, how can we forget them, right? FINRA short volume, 4382. Short sellers are playing pretty cautious. 14.6 FINRA volume, and we are seeing 6.4 million short volume. Short sellers are pretty cautious and in playing with NIO. I don't have the latest data for today, but I'll keep you posted about that tomorrow. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Make sure to hit the like button once again, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.